In a market flooded with options, how do you become the obvious choice that customers can't ignore? You've got the skills and the dedication, but despite your best efforts, potential clients are still choosing your competitors. It's frustrating to know that you're offering something great, yet you're still fighting to stand out. Now imagine being able to charge double what your competitors do and still have a fully booked schedule. That's exactly what we achieved when I was running the sales department for a commercial vehicle wrap company, and I'm going to show you how you can do it too. Now in this video, I'm breaking down the key strategies that can help you rise above the competition and position your business as the obvious choice in your market. If you've ever wondered how to truly stand out, you're in the right place. The first thing to know about standing out in a crowded market is this. It's not as hard or as complicated as some people would have you believe, and it's definitely not about flashy marketing. Marketing is simply a megaphone that we use to convey our value to the world. It doesn't create the value in and of itself. Creating the value that's loaded into that megaphone, that's our job as business owners. Thankfully, the path to creating value isn't a maze. It's pretty straightforward and just requires one thing, a little bit of that four-letter word, work. But before we dig into how to build that value, we need to understand how we ended up blending in with the crowd. And there are two key factors to grasp here. The first is overplacement bias. This occurs when most people rate themselves better than average, even though it's statistically impossible for the majority to be above average. For example, in one study, 37% of a firm's engineers ranked themselves among the top 5% of performers. Now let's put this in a business context. Ask a room full of business owners if they have good customer service, and nearly all of them will say that they do. But how many times have you walked out of a business thinking, that was awful? How do they even stay in business? I've seen this firsthand while running the sales department for a vehicle wrap company. Our clients would often choose us over the competition because they would say things like, you picked up the phone when I called, or you made me feel like you actually cared whether or not you got my business. Meanwhile, other companies just gave a price and hung up, if they even picked up the phone at all, that is. The truth is, just like those engineers, most business owners think they're in the top 5% when they're not. But this isn't a reason to feel discouraged. It's actually an incredible opportunity. So if you're not already the best, then guess what? Your fate is in your hands, and you control how far you go. The second reason is standard deviation. Standard deviation tells us that the farther we get from the average, the fewer there are. Let's take a look at the average height of men in the US. The average height is 5'10", and men between 5'7" and 6'1" represent 68% of men. The further you go from that range, either shorter or taller, the fewer men you find. Now, apply that concept to businesses in your market. Standard deviation tells us that 50% of competitors fall somewhere between average and horrible. You're not really competing with them because good clients are unlikely to work with them. Another 34% are doing just enough to get by. So if you're willing to do more than just enough, you're really only competing with 16% of companies in your market. And with a little extra effort, you could easily rise to the top 10%. This means that standing out isn't about doing fancy or complicated things. It's about nailing the basics, consistently improving in small increments, and avoiding complacency. Now, if this realization hit you like it hit me, you'll see that becoming the obvious choice isn't some outlandish task. It's within your reach. And if you're finding this insight valuable, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on more content that can transform your business. Now, let's talk about 3 strategies to stand out. After selling over $2.5 million and working with companies in various industries, I've learned that there are 3 things every business can do to stand out and become the obvious choice in a crowded market. The first is focus on who you're best at helping. Not every client is your ideal client. Some people will get tons of value from what you do, while others just won't. When I started selling vehicle wraps, we did everything from racing stripes for Mustangs to wrapping commercial vehicles for businesses. But we quickly realized that our best clients, the ones who got the most value from what we did, were the commercial clients. So we stopped doing personal customizations like racing stripes. Coincidentally, a lot of our headaches and pickier customers disappeared as well. And if you don't believe me, here's what happened next. By focusing on our ideal clients, we increased revenue from returning clients by 228% over 3 years. At the start, only 32% of our annual revenue came from returning clients. By the end of year 3, that number jumped to 73%. That means 73% of our revenue would come from clients who would call us and say, "We need another one, just charge the card on file." Now that's powerful stuff. The second thing that every business can do is deliver quality and quantity of results. So becoming the go-to company often boils down to becoming better at what you do than your competitors. Over time, this builds your reputation as the best, and since most companies are average, being the best is in short supply. Remember, the result isn't what they buy from you, it's what they get as a result of buying from you. So if someone buys a car detail, the result is a clean car, but the cleaner the car, the more value you deliver. Think about two different car detailing companies. One returns your car a bit cleaner, but with noticeable areas they missed. The other makes your car cleaner than it was when you first bought it, with paint so spotless you can use it as a mirror. Which one do you think gets more business? This isn't just a theory, it's reality. Take Windows and Wheels Auto Detailing in Gilbert, Arizona. They started by cleaning everyday cars, but became obsessed with perfection. Today, they charge thousands of dollars to clean luxury sports cars and have clients who drive from across the state just to get their cars detailed by this company. That's what happens when you focus on quality and quantity of results. The third thing every company can do is improve the quality of your client experiences. Most companies think they have great customer service, but most customers would disagree. People rarely tell you when they're dissatisfied. They just leave and never come back. But when you're proactive about creating an exceptional client experience, amazing things start to happen. Clients are emotional beings. When they have a great experience, they'll rave about you, leave 5-star reviews, and refer others. They'll even pay more for the same product if it comes with a better experience. This doesn't mean you have to roll out the red carpet. It's about nailing the basics. Pick up the phone when they call. Respond quickly to their messages. Remember their names. Create a welcoming environment. Even small efforts applied consistently can make a huge difference because most companies aren't even doing the basics right. If you commit to improving those 3 areas over the next year, I promise you'll be amazed at the transformation. A year might seem like a long time, but trust me, it goes by faster than you think, and the rewards are well worth the effort. One of my most fulfilling moments of my life was looking back after 3 years of progress at the wrap shop and realizing how much we had changed, not just as a business, but also as a team. And here's the cherry on top. Remember how I said that marketing is just a megaphone? Well, if you follow through on these strategies, you'll have created so much more value to load into that megaphone. Marketing becomes easier because you'll have a solid foundation of value to amplify. So if you're still watching, I'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences. Drop a comment below and let's talk. And if you enjoyed this video and want to see more, you can check out my latest video right up here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.